What's up, everybody? It's John here, and today I'm bringing you a build video for aquariums. I know I promised you guys that I would be doing a tour of my fish tanks and things like that, and unfortunately we've had some losses and different things that have happened through the COVID-19 crisis. Right now we've got riots going. It's been crazy, and making videos kind of hasn't been on the top of my to-do list. But I got this tank for free from a buddy of mine who owns a fish store, and the items that I'm going to be using, a lot of this stuff I've had from previous setups. I was planning to go one way and then I didn't go that way, or I only used some of it, stuff like that. When you start kind of getting into this hobby, you kind of collect a few extras. So the plants are fresh. I have a couple of them that I'm going to be using. Now, I'm not calling this a planted tank setup video, mostly because all of my tanks are planted. But I do have Pulsea, I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's pretty much just underwater grass. I have Lilikina, I believe. This is also a foreground plant. The grass is a foreground plant. This is also a foreground plant, but it's a little bit taller and it's red. It's kind of got a reddish purple, and it kind of helps break up the green and brown, and mostly green. I also have some Christmas moss, and that has a very specific to do on how I'm going to do this one. Last year I actually bought a driftwood bonsai tree, and it looks a little funky because I originally tried this in one of my tanks, and I planted Anubias Nana Petite on here, and it went horribly wrong, and there was some huge melting, and so I pulled it out of the tank and went another direction. But this thing was almost $70, so it's not like I'm throwing it away, but it is going in this build. Now, this tank will probably sit for 2-3 weeks with no fish in it, which is rare for me. Usually I'm the kind of person that fish go in right away. I don't throw them in. But I am going to go ahead and set this tank up. Now, I'm going to do one of those time-lapse things so you see me just kind of moving around and doing what I do. Because setting up a tank the way I do it, this isn't just throwing some gravel in, throwing a couple decorations in, moving it, and voila, we're done. For me, a planted aquarium, or an aquarium, is setting a scene. So I actually scape it, I position it, I look at it, I move it, I do a few different things. Now there's things that I'm going to be doing to this tank today that I had plans for in other tanks, and I kind of never got around to it, or I kind of freaked out halfway through and pulled it all out. So this one is going to be a big experiment. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, this is going to be fun. And hopefully you'll enjoy this. Before I get started, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the notification bell so that you know when I put up new videos. And let's get this started. Alright everybody, so I am done, and this is the result. Get in here for you. Now I'm going to leave it like this, half full, and yes, there is a glass sitting on top of my tree. The bonsai driftwood likes to float until it becomes completely saturated. So for the next couple of days it will have a glass on it to weigh it down until it absorbs enough water to float. But there is the bonsai tree completely covered in Christmas moss. Everything's pretty cloudy right now. But this was a design that I actually wanted to make last year when I got the 6-gallon. It just wasn't big enough to create this design. So yeah, here it is. So this will be the betta tank. Once it's done, I will do some water changes in here to keep the water fresh. Like I said, I'm only going to keep it about half full for maybe about a week or so while I continue to do water changes every couple of days. But as you can see, I've got the all the greenery on one side and all the red on the other side with a little hint of green, so it's not completely separated, with a river running through it. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Throw this video a like if you enjoyed this. And hopefully I'll be putting up some videos on my other tanks here soon. And I will keep you up to date as this tank progresses into replacing my 6-gallon tank. And yeah, so there you have it. Alright, thank you. My name is John, and I will see you later.